Right, welcome back to the channel. Y'all see the title of the video. We all know who Hannah Stuelke is. She is the power forward from the University of Iowa. She made a name for herself during Caitlin Clark's last two seasons at Iowa, her junior and, of course, senior year. They played together for 2 seasons, and the chemistry between Hannah and Caitlin was amazing. She is the perfect rim runner. The way Hannah Stuelke plays, you can just tell she's in great basketball shape. She's in great shape. The way she was running up and down the court, her aggressiveness later on got better, in her when you compare her freshman year to her sophomore year. And in her junior year this past season, of course, she played really good. Her field goal percentage did drop down, and we all know a major part of that is because of Caitlin Clark, not being on the team anymore, obviously. Yeah, she just knew her role, and let me just get into the clip. So there was this little interview that she did with, the Big Ten Network, and she mentioned how Caitlin Clark told her to watch Draymond Green, power forward for the Golden State Warriors. Watch Draymond Green play basketball and model your game after him. That's what Caitlin Clark told Hannah Stuelke. So I'm going to play the clip, and I'm going to come back with my commentary.
I want to start with a story, and I want you to tell me how much is true and how much is not. Caitlin Clark told me a couple years ago, and maybe she's taking credit for something or maybe she just made it up. She told me she told you to watch Draymond Green play ball and that's what you should model your game after.
Yes.
True?
Yes, that's true. 100% true.
What did you notice in his game that you've taken to yours?
I think the aggression that he plays with is really key for me. She always wanted me to be really aggressive and play with a lot of passion, and I think that he does that.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Oh, go ahead. What did you say?
I said I think I do that too.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Hey, and she does. If you watch how she progressed, if you was watching a lot of Iowa hoops when Caitlin was there, you saw how she progressed as a player. And again, it makes sense why her field goal percentage went from, look at that. Look at her first 2 years. She was shooting 61% from the field her freshman year. Sophomore year, she was shooting 62% from the field. And then look at that. This most recent season, without Caitlin, of course, she went down to 49.8% from the field, close to 50%. So still pretty good. She's making 4.6 field goals out of 9. Pretty good. Still pretty good. But when you don't have a good playmaker, or when lose a elite playmaker like Caitlin Clark, of course, that just going to bring her field goal percentage down. She's not getting as many easy looks as she would get when she was just rim running. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Hannah would, in my opinion, it would be perfect for her to, go into the Fever roster in 2026. And that's because her and Caitlin already got the chemistry. That is something you can't teach. And if you look at Hannah Stuelke play style, she's like a true paint beast. She finishes well near the rim. She has really good post moves. Well, decent post moves. She has decent back-to-basket post moves. It's not like she's Hakeem Olajuwon or Kevin McHale. But she can develop and have an even better back-to-basket game. And one thing I love about Hannah Stuelke, right? She does not force up shots. She always takes good shot selections. She is a player who knows her role. Isaiah Thomas, top 15 player in NBA history. He wrote a book years ago. I forgot what it's called. It was like The Secret to Winning Championships or something like that. But basically, like the big reveal in his opinion for NBA teams to be successful and, win championships and create a dynasty and just be competitive, and have deep playoff runs and etc. Y'all get what I'm saying. Isaiah Thomas said, players must be willing to accept their role and know their role and play it to the best of their ability. That's why I always say you really can't put a team full of players who are just super elite, like a team just full of superstars. Like superstars, of course, they're great. They get you there. But I always say superstars will get you to the championship. But the role players, the complementary players, helps you win the championships. It helps you. They really will help you win the championship. Basketball is a team game. I even saw Shaquille O'Neal said one time, hey, if I didn't play with players like Robert Horry, Derek Fisher, I would have 1 ring instead of 4. If I didn't play with Alonzo Mourning, he basically was emphasizing on the role players that he played with during his time when he was with the Lakers and the Heat. Because we all know Shaq was the most dominant player during that era in the NBA in the late 90s to the early 2000s, right? But he wasn't going to win shit if he didn't have good role players. Basketball, at the end of the day, it's a team game. No matter how big a superstar is and how great a superstar player is, the numbers that they put up, man, you can put up all those numbers and do all that stuff, get the highlights. But man, it ain't gonna win you championships. You need a good core. You need players who are willing to accept their role. And that's Hannah. She doesn't force up shots. And again, Cece got so many assists. Caitlin Clark. If you look at the games, man, Caitlin Clark got so many assists off of Hannah Stuelke, just rim running, and Hannah just knowing where to be at the right time, even in the half court setting. Again, that's chemistry right there. Even like when Hannah Stuelke dropped her career high against Penn State, as y'all can see from the screen, I have the box score up right now. And when she dropped 47 points, just look how many assists Caitlin Clark got. 15 assists. And a good chunk of those were off of Hannah Stuelke. When she just exploded and went off and dropped 47 points on Penn State. That was incredible. That was beautiful to see. But yeah, one thing I would say that she needs to work on in terms of her game, Hannah Stuelke, she needs to be able to become a solid shooter so she'll be able to space and stretch the floor. But yeah, that's really my biggest thing in terms of what she really needs to work on. She's a team first player. She knows her role, so she's not gonna force up stupid shots. She can even develop to be a decent, really good passer. She can be like a good dribble handoff passer. She definitely did that a lot. When she was playing with Caitlin, doing dribble handoffs and things like that. But yeah, let's just look at some mock giraffes. So just look at Tankathon. I'm not sure if they have it. Let me check NBA Giraffe Room. Yeah, Tankathon. I think they stopped at 15. But yeah, let's just look at the Tankathon one. So they have Cody McMahon, bro. She's cold. I like her. Some people say she kind of got like an attitude problem. There's this like real funny picture of her sticking the middle finger. I don't know what game it was from last season. But she played at Ohio State for 3 seasons. And back in April, she entered the transfer portal. And she, of course, ended up transferring to Ole Miss. So that's going to be interesting to see, how she does there. But yeah, she stick the middle finger in one game on the bench. It was funny as fuck, dude. If y'all see that picture, bro, y'all see why I'm laughing. Like, she looks so pissed. But hey, she's a good player. I like her. She's really tough. She's a versatile scorer. Really good at attacking the rim. That's really how she got like a lot of her buckets. She's aggressive. She has like that score first attack mentality. High motor. She could take the contact. She could absorb the contact, and she could still finish at the rim while getting bumps and hacked and stuff like that. She's real strong, bro. Shawty real strong. One thing about her, she gotta definitely work on being consistent from 3. But that's it. But yeah, she's a really good scorer, man. Rebounds the ball well. Especially at her size. She can be like a really good rebounding guard / forward. She's really a wing. She's a shooting guard / small forward. She's a swingman player. But yeah, she's tough, dude. She's to me, she's gonna be a two-way threat. So I wouldn't be mad if Indiana selects her. But if you take a look at the NBA Giraffe Room mock draft, as we see, they have Hannah Stuelke going all the way to the Las Vegas Aces at the 28th pick in the second round. That'll be interesting. We all know what Aces are doing right now. They're about to win the chip. That game winner was crazy. Shout out to Asia Wilson. Yeah, she's really the best player in the W. But yeah, that'll be interesting. Possibly, hopefully, she can slide to the 25th pick. I highly doubt she's gonna make it. Obviously in the first round with the 10th pick, or with the 10th pick in the draft, right? But yeah, she's definitely going to the second round. And one thing I always say about star players have control on who they will want to get drafted and traded. Do not be fooled. There's no way these GMs they would do a trade or draft, and, in a way not consult their star player, especially of someone like Caitlin Clark's magnitude. That's what I'm saying. She's definitely gonna pull some strings. She's gonna talk to the GM, say, "Hey, can y'all please get my former teammate, my buddy, who I have extremely great chemistry with on the court and off the court. They still look like they got a tight relationship, and that's a big factor too. Just look at the Fever, what they did this year. Shout out to Mick Talk Hoops. He said they went so deep into the playoffs and had just such a good regular season after the numerous of injuries and stuff, going on. They just did so good because of the power of friendship. I'm telling y'all, bro, chemistry is real in basketball. That's why I always say you can see a basketball team that's full of super talented players, right? Super talented players, and they'll end up losing to a pretty decent team. But that decent team just had OC chemistry. OC means out of control, just that. I'm speaking my DMV lingo and shit, but yeah, man, they just have mad chemistry. They just have really good chemistry. Chemistry is super important. So I really feel like Caitlin might do that. There was a reason why she told her, "Hey, you better watch some Draymond Green film and get ready to play that Draymond Green role." What is Draymond Green to the Golden State Warriors? He is the glue guy. He is the player that knows his role. Draymond Green isn't somebody who, stats just jump out there wow. And I did a video on this, so please check it out. It's literally one of my most popular videos that I ever did on YouTube. It's me talking about Draymond Green. I go into real good depth on that. I pull up numbers and everything, so please check it out. All right? But yeah, Draymond Green, he knows his role. Point forward. I'm not saying Hannah Stuelke will play a point forward role, of course. But just like how Caitlin emphasized and Hannah emphasized and what she just said in that interview about Draymond Green, just playing with the aggressiveness. Coming to the court and impact the game. Hustling. Rebounding, knowing your role. Her doing what she does, rim running. Play with aggression. It's not always just stats. You feel what I'm saying? Draymond Green's 8 points per game, 5 rebounds, 6-7 assists per game for his career player, but he impacts the game. He's so impactful. Setting screens, getting a bunch of hockey assists, taking good shot selections, not forcing up bad shots. Things like that sometimes just doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but you impact the game. And that's what I'm saying. It's so important. I always say this. I showed the box score for a reason because it, of course, does provide context. But the box score does not tell it all. But yeah, I just thought this was super interesting. I really feel like it would be dope to see her on Indiana Fever. Of course, there's many other women's college basketball is just so lit. There's so many good players that that they can pick up. But man, why not? Why not pair your Caitlin Clark, Indiana Fever? Why not pair your star player Caitlin Clark with her former college teammate that she played with for 2 seasons, and they have a great chemistry. Their minds are synced together. You know what I'm saying? Y'all saw how many dimes she got off of Hannah Stuelke, just knowing where to be at the right spot, rim running, And I feel like over time, if Hannah Stuelke is going to develop to be a really good WNBA player. I really feel like, especially if she comes to the Fever and gets drafted in the right situation. So many of these players in WNBA history before, and even NBA history, they're really good, but they didn't get drafted into the right situation, and they will be in the league for a couple years and just eventually fade off. But hey, if Hannah Stuelke gets drafted to the Fever, oh man, I'm telling y'all, her going to the Fever will just be super beneficial for the team. Super beneficial. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly talk about that. Shout out to Correlation on X for posting this clip. Shout out to you if you watch this, But yeah, man, it's so interesting. And then look at that W Basketball Blog. They have Hannah Stuelke going late in the draft as well. Where's it at? Yeah, they have her going late into the draft. But we'll see. Yeah, second round. They have her going to the second round. But, hey, man, it's going to be interesting. Who knows? It's still early. Women's college basketball season's about to start, and y'all going to see me post some videos on that. I'm going to definitely do some videos on USC. By USC, I'm talking about Southern California. UCLA, all of the pretty much Notre Dame. Hey, we're about to see some Hannah Dogger hoops. It's going to be dope. I'm going to talk about all of that. Women's college basketball is about to come back. It's going to be dope. A lot of these players in the women's college basketball game can ball, man. They're really good. But yeah, I just wanted to share my thoughts and opinions on this topic. When I saw this video, it was just super interesting. And it just goes to show you how Caitlin Clark really knows ball. She got a high basketball IQ. She knows the game. Draymond, another high IQ player. Hannah, a high IQ player. Hey, it's beautiful to see. I like, talking about NBA, WNBA, especially this little crossover of Caitlin Clark mentioning that. So it makes sense. Caitlin Clark was watching a lot of Golden State Warriors hoops. So that's kind of dope. All right. But hey, y'all tell me y'all thoughts and opinions in the comment section. All right. Like, comment, subscribe, and please stay tuned in to the next couple of videos that I'm going to post in the following weeks. All right. Till next time.